What's going on, guys? We are down here in the fishing room. It's snowing today. It was about 67 degrees yesterday, and we got 3 inches of snow that night. So this weather's been pretty crazy, but it's been starting to warm up. So hopefully we'll be able to get some fishing in for y'all. And we have some really big things coming up. Not going to tell you what they are yet. You're going to have to subscribe and turn on those notifications to see those videos. But hopefully you do that and you'll be able to see them. But we're going to launch a new series called Pond Fishing 101 because a lot of videos you see are just super in-depth. So I'm just going to give you guys some quick breakdowns of some of the baits I like, some of the baits I use, the colors. Just simple and quick and easy. You don't have to get way too complicated. We're just fishing from the bank. We don't have, 300 miles of shoreline to cover. So, I'm just here to try and break it down for y'all and make it a little bit easier. But let's get into it. So to start, any color, actually in a pond, the bass's number one, their main forage is most likely going to be brim. They look like that right there. Just a little bluegill, bait fish, little brim. So it's going to look like that. And to imitate that, you're relatively in clear water. You're going to want to throw something that looks like that. So like a green pumpkin. Get something out here so I can show y'all. So like kind of a greenish blue color. Like this Lucky Craft LC 2.5 Squarebill, just something like that. Green, you get a little bit of blue in there, and it gets kind of, yellow with that orange mouth on the belly. Looks exactly like a little brim. So brim and bluegill are the same thing. I call them brim, but just want to get that out of the way. So you're just going to want to go with something that looks like a bluegill. Just keep it simple, and I'm going to go through these boxes and hopefully make it a little bit easier for y'all. So for square bills, in clear water, I'm just going to throw something that looks like this right here. It's kind of got that tannish bottom, but make sure that it has a lot of green in it. So it really looks like a brim. If you've been fishing with worms and a cane pole and you know what they look like, just pick up something from Tackle Warehouse where you can figure out what they look like. And, or if you you have a crawfish in your pond, you could go with a color like this right here. This is the Strike King KVD 1.5, and this is in a little crawl type deal color right here. So this could be good if you have crawls, but mainly just stick with something like that green pumpkin. And if you're fishing super clear water, throw that. Stained water, that'll work pretty well too. But if you're fishing dirty water, I would recommend throwing a chartreuse crankbait with a black back. This is another KVD 1.5. He's still got that little orange mouth. This bait right here is perfect in dirty water. It looks exactly like a brim. But I'm about to put y'all on a secret right here. This is a bait that I've kind of kept hidden for a little while. And that is the Curve 55 Finesse Squarebill from 6 cents. And in the Giliken color. This is my favorite crankbait. I can run it super shallow in ponds. That's important. You can even throw it on mono and get it like 1.5, 2 feet down. But this dives 1 to 3 feet. So I just throw it on my cranking stick. Which hopefully I'm going to be getting a new crankbait rod in here soon. Definitely looking at getting one of those for the season. And if you guys know any good rods, drop a comment down below and I'll take a look at them. But anyways, back to the bait. This is that Curve 55 Finesse. It's got a super bulky profile, and it tapers down right here. It looks just like a bluegill, but the color, that Giliken color right there, it's the best. Blue, green pumpkin, kind of a little bit more of a black on top, and it's got these black stripes. And there's some red in it too. But this is my favorite crankbait right here. I have confidence to catch a fish anywhere, much like I do with that green pumpkin Senko. If you throw a green pumpkin Senko in this, you will catch fish anywhere. So I will put a link below. I'm not sponsored by 6 cents. I'm just giving y'all some of the best baits, trying to put y'all on some fish here. So definitely pick up one of these. If you have one crankbait, get one of these right here. So that's square bills. Next, we'll just get into Shad Wraps. Great winter bait throw it on a spinning rod because they're light. You know, they're made of balsa, so. But this isn't a shad wrap, but it's exactly like one. So a little chartreuse pattern right here. I'm going to throw this in dirtier water, and then this I'm just throwing pretty much the rest of the time. Looks just like a little bluegill. And these are good baits for the winter when you're fishing maybe a little bit deeper and you know you're struggling to get that bite and you want to make those fish react. Throw a shad wrap. They catch a ton of fish in the winter. And then top water. So frogs, again, I stick with a Brim. The Strike King right here, just like a bluegill. And then this Bass Pro one also looks exactly like a bluegill. So just stick with colors like that. And then, you know, your whopper ploppers or your kind of walking baits, poppers. I go with a black if I'm fishing at night or dirty water. And yeah, if it's a little bit earlier in the day, then I'm going to fish this clear guy right here. It's got some green pumpkin on top. It's kind of hard to see, but it's got, I don't know, it like shines in the light. It catches a ton of flash. So clear water midday, this is pretty good right here. Not midday, but kind of in the evening when it's still pretty sunny out. Do like to throw him right there. And walking baits, I just stick with kind of, you know, frog. This is more of a frog pattern. But this right here, frog, baby bass, brim pattern, kind of represents a little bit of everything. So just stick, again, green pumpkin. That's going to be the main thing in this video. And then deep diving crankbaits. You guys don't have to pick up any of these. But if you know you're maybe going to be fishing a little bit deeper and want to hit those deeper spots with that rock, then, you know, maybe pick some up. But stick green pumpkin. For me, I like to go with the chartreuse black back. It's harder for the fish to see when it's deeper, and I like them being able to pick this out and go and get it. So I just stick with the chartreuse black back when I'm fishing deeper diving crankbaits. Next, alright, you got two more boxes. Jerk baits and lipless cranks. So for jerk baits, pretty simple, cloudy, windy. I wouldn't throw a jerk bait in like chocolate milk water. Maybe if it's got a little bit of stain, then still throw one. But if it's windy or if it's a little bit cloudy, then I'm going to throw more of a solid color, like the 6 cents right here. And if it's clear, then I'm going to throw a translucent color. You can tell if it's translucent, hold it up to a light, and if you can see your fingers behind it, then it's going to be a good clear water color. Again, I just stick with something green pumpkin, kind of yellow, looks like a bluegill. Again, main theme of this video, bluegill, bluegill, bluegill. Just stick with that when you're picking up baits to go pond fishing. And maybe if I want to get a little bit more finesse, I'm going to go with the 95 size. It's a lot smaller than this, it's a lot smaller than this 110. That's that 95 on top, and you can really see the difference there. So, you know, I'll start with the 110, and then if I'm not catching a whole lot, then I'll go down to this. But it's just, you know, sticking, again, with those brim patterns. Lipless crankbaits. Gets a little different here for me. You know, you got some crawfish in your lake. You can throw colors like this 6 cents right here. Maybe something like that. I have a couple craw colors, but I don't have too many because I'm not fishing a whole lot of places with crawfish in them. But in the spring, when the ice melts, you have, you know, relatively muddy water. And when it's sunny and you have muddy water, throw a gold and black lipless crankbait. It kills them. It throws a ton of flash. It's got a ton of noise. And you can either yo-yo it, or you can rip it out of the grass, or just straight retrieve it. Play with it a little bit. But this kills them, you know, when it's stained water and it's sunny. It just smokes them. This is probably one of my favorite baits. It looks nothing like a bluegill, but they just kill it for some reason. So pick up maybe a few of those. But for clear water, wow, whole mess of lipless crankbaits right here. This is a 6 cents right here. Really good paint job on it. Looks like a bluegill. And or I'll either go with the Booyah One Knocker. This is a good bait because you can hear it doesn't have that super loud rattle like this. It's a one knock. So it's a lot more finesse, which is why I got it in the 1/4 ounce size. So it's a little bit smaller. You got that one knock, so it's, you know, it's going to be a little bit more of a finesse lipless. So that guy right there is really good. And then just your red eye shad for Strike King. This is that neon bluegill color. And super loud rattle, works really good. And they're pretty inexpensive. They're like $5, so pick a few of those up. And then for dirty water, if I'm not fishing that gold, then I'm going to be throwing these. So for dirty water, if I'm not fishing that gold, I'm going to be throwing these right here. I'm either going to go with the Fire Tiger, Chartreuse, Blackback, Orange Belly, great color, or this Chartreuse with a blue back. I'm going to switch between the two, and if I'm getting more bites on either one, then I'm just going to stick with that. I usually flip between those two colors, just trying to figure them out. If it's a little bit more clear, if it's not just straight chocolate milk, I may go with this. But if it's super dirty, then I usually go with this color. So just mess around with it a little bit. But I think that'll be it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Pretty short little video. We're definitely going to be doing this series, and we're going to be posting a lot more. Sorry about the big break. It's just been kind of tough with this winter because we're not able to go out and get fishing videos for y'all, and I'm sure you guys just don't want to see me down here unboxing every single time. So we're gonna have a lot more fish catches coming up here soon. You know, we got some big things planned, so hopefully it all works out and we're able to go. But I won't tell y'all yet. You'll see when we get there, but it's going to be awesome. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on GB Fishing.